Okay, so you think that witchcraft is real and you think it's spiritual and you don't think it's a cultural tradition, you think it's spiritual.
I think it's both. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? A little bit both.
Okay. Yep. I agree. I think that it is a little bit of both. What about you, Yushika? Do you think that witchcraft is real? Because some people don't believe in it. Do you think it's real?
I agree with her. I think it's both.
Okay, it's a
But
little bit.
majority
Okay.
on the spiritual side of the moon.
Okay. What about you, Tierra? What do you think about this situation? You gotta turn your mic on. Cut your mic on. Okay.
So
You good.
for me, I think it's really a little bit of both of them.
Okay.
It talks about it in the Bible as well. If you get
Mm-hmm.
deep into it, it does talk about witchcraft in the Bible.
Yep, it does. It's
Yep.
mentioned many times. So I definitely believe it's real. But do you think it's a spiritual practice or some type of cultural tradition?
I think it's both.
Both.
It's both.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, while we still waiting on our other co-host to log on, CC Boss Chick, we're gonna go ahead and go into our second question about witchcraft. Do you think that it's something that someone can easily walk away from once they so deep into it? Tara, how you feel about that?
What you mean, like the person doing it or the person is having it done on
the,
them?
the person doing it. Do you think if they've been in witchcraft and then one day they up and decide, well, I'm just done with this because there's so much energy invested in it, negative, sometimes positive. Do you think it's easy for them to get up and just walk away and start over fresh?
I don't know because you know what I'm saying, being in that position. So I would want to say it would be hard
Okay. I would agree. I
for
think
that
it'd
person.
be hard. Yep. I think the same thing. What do you think, Yushika?
I agree with her, especially if your mind mental is not strong enough anyway to try to go and sit down with different energies. I think it will be hard too.
Right, exactly. What about you, Tiara? Take your mic off.
I would say I'm more on the spiritual side of things. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty much anything that you give a whole lot of energy to,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be hard to walk away, but it
Okay.
can be done, especially if you are trying to especially turning your life over to God. Because first
Right.
of all, like I said, witchcraft it talks about it in the Bible and how it's not supposed to be done anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be done. It's just gonna take some time
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of prayer
I
and
remember.
fasting.
I remember what you're saying in the Bible. It says to stay away from witchcraft, and it's because it's so deep and so heavy and hard to get away from.
My,
And
my grandmama, my grandmama always said that don't, you know what I'm saying, because that it can backfire on you while you trying to, you know what I'm saying, do wrong and cast spells on somebody else.
that's it right there. Because it's what they call karma, we call, you reap what you sow. See what I'm saying?
Get back.
So you reap what you sow. You already know what it is. So with that being said, can you date a person, Tara, who practice, a different religion or has a different religious background? Can you date somebody like that, or y'all got to be the same? How does that work?
Girl. Oof. I want to say we had to be on the same, you know what I'm saying, level.
Mm-hmm.
I don't deal with it, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean, you know what I'm saying, to that person. I don't know. I don't think I could. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. What about you? You sure you could? And y'all can leave your mics off. I was saying that because a lot of times people will get on my show or we'll be doing a table reading for a movie and people be having their kids in the background. They be driving and people be blowing their horns. But it seems like y'all have a quite nice setting. So you can take your mics off. So you don't have to keep remembering to cut it back on. Yushika, how do you feel about that? Can you date someone with a different spiritual background?
I mean, it depends on what you mean spiritual, because you can
Right.
find God spiritually,
Hmm.
and then you got to be careful because God is a jealous God too when it comes to
Hey,
that. So
hey, definitely, definitely that. Definitely that.
I think you can. It'll be if you have faith in the Most High, nothing could destroy the way of anyone. I don't know. I can't say I haven't been in this situation before, but you get what I'm trying to say, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, what about you, Tiara? How you feel about that?
Mm. So this is my take on it. If, for instance, for example, I'm a Christian, and if I met like a Muslim man, I couldn't do it for myself. Plenty of people do it, but I couldn't do it for myself. And I only say that because the Bible says you cannot be unequally yoked. So you got to find somebody who believes in the same things that you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
so
agree.
even though we
I
all
agree.
believe in the same,
Yep.
I think we all have the same concept, but some people have different, what is it, different beliefs and different values when it comes to religion. So no, I don't think you could. If you try it, it's probably not gonna last long, especially if you're for real about what you believe.
Right.
Right, exactly. I agree. You took the words right out of my mouth because that's what I was about to. I'm like, the Bible said, don't be, unequally yoked. You're supposed to be equally yoked, which really is the only reason, one of the only reasons besides cheating, you're supposed to be able to get a divorce. Is for being unequally yoked because it's hard to be in a relationship with somebody who believes and serves and worships a different God or a different way or different culture or a different religion because you waking up, and you somebody on their knees screaming, you know what I'm saying? And you might not understand that or you with somebody, you know what I'm saying, and they do their church on Saturday. You might not understand that. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm Hebrew Israelite, so
Yep.
I celebrate we call the Shabbat, which is the Sabbath day, the real day, which is the last day of the week, the first day, really, because they mixed it all up. You know what I'm saying? They mixed the whole calendar, the whole Bible, everything's been so, taken away from it, added on to. It's like I'd rather stick with, the way it's supposed to be. So I worship on Saturday, me and my kids. We've been doing this for over probably 8 years, a long time. So Saturday's our day of worship. Sunday's just a regular day to us. So I respect everyone's answers and everyone's opinions and everything. It's really, really looking like our other co-host is having a hard time joining us. But with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and move on to the next question. And the next question is, what beliefs are deal breakers for you in your relationship, Tara?
What's that? Atheist?
Okay. Yep, atheist.
Like if you dealing with that, I don't even. I'm not even trying to understand.
Exactly. I'm the same.
Because you can't tell me it ain't no God. I don't. I'm not trying to hear that.
Exactly. I feel the same way. Yep. What about you, Yashika? How do you feel about this? Y'all all
I,
smiling and stuff. I can't wait. What's up?
I agree with what she said. Like, don't come in my space. And energy said, speaking like that. No offense to those who
Right.
feel like that, but you know.
I ain't with it.
For real though. What about you, Tier? I see you shaking your head. It's always something when somebody starts shaking their head.
Listen, I'm with the other ladies. Like I said, I'm deep in the church. I'm actually in the process of being a minister. So everything to me is spiritual.
Right.
If we can't agree that God is who He is, then I don't need you in my space as well. And I can't do poly either. That's just not gonna happen.
Hmm. Okay.
Mr. Green, he's always in the room.
Yep. You sure know what to say about that. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to our next questions. Like I said, I love y'all's opinions. And our next
How you feel
question
about that
is,
question?
huh?
How you feel about that question?
Well, for that question, because I don't answer all the questions, but me, I would be the same as y'all, atheists, because I'm the same way. People that's on my team, I got Yushika on there, but she's new. She's one of our actresses on a movie, but A lot of my team know that I've been working with since 2013 or 12. That's the first question, one of the first questions I'm gonna to ask you, and to want to know about you. Because if you do not believe in God, you can't be on my team. Your mama
Right,
know.
right,
Your mama know, Tierra, she know. I don't get down like that because how we gonna do business if we don't even think alike? How we gonna make decisions
Right.
if we don't even see eye to eye? How we gonna get
right.
money together when you want to do it this way and we need to do it this way? So for me, I think that that's, man, y'all had the best answer. Atheist is the one deal breaker for me, baby. You can't get over here with me with no talking about I don't. You can't be my friend. I don't want to work with you. I don't want to sleep with you. I don't want to do nothing with you. I don't even want to be
Trying to
around you.
hit none of that.
Nothing. I don't even want you standing behind me in line, actually.
Okay. Because Lord, you summon up behind my head.
Yep, for real.
At this point.
The next question is a crazy question, and I can't wait to see what y'all are going to say because it's talking about STDs and AIDS and things like that. And nowadays, we have men going around, especially lately, I've been seeing a lot of men going around just giving people AIDS just because they know they got it, trying to affect as many people as they can. Y'all got somebody in Nashville right now, for those of you who live towards in Tennessee. I just shared it with a lot of people last week. So if you guys don't know about it, I'll be happy to share it with you guys. He already went to jail and they only gave him a year. And he infected 6 women in Nashville. And so the next question is going to be, how should society handle people like that? People, who go around knowingly spreading all their bed bugs and AIDS and STDs to people when they know, what I'm saying, that they about to die themselves. How you feel about that, Tara?
Girl, that is straight trash, and they need to go to jail immediately.
What?
Don't pass go collect nothing. Get
Man.
out of here.
Man. Okay, so even though this wasn't one of the questions, since you saying that, you know, um, what is something that you go by as far as, finding out, if a person is infected? Do you get tested? You make them get tested? Do you wait and observe and be around a person a long time? What's the method that you use to, or do you use condoms or what?
Well, see, I'm in a relationship, so no. So I don't. It's not none of that.
Ain't none
But
of
I
that.
get what you're saying. But if you know what I'm saying, if I was out there in the street like that, I'd be scared
Yeah.
to death.
I'm trying to tell
In
you.
today's world, I would be scared to death.
I'm trying to tell you, for real though, because you know how we grew up. And so you, Shika, how you feel about that?
Hey, I got my doctor on speed dial. I don't play about that. I gotta come home to my three.
Ooh,
You know
I
what I'm
already
saying?
know.
If I'm hurting the person that I'm supposed to be my companion, I'm Pacific check. No, no less than 24 hours. What we waiting for?
Hmm.
Because evidently that person's not going to tell you. Why should we have to hear from so and so?
Yep,
You know?
Right.
I agree. Or feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
But I
And
think
when
if
you
you
do
got
it,
AIDS,
that's
I
it.
think if you got AIDS, you should let that be known. I think you should let it be known immediately.
man, immediately. Immediately.
Immediately. That's like a deadly weapon. You carry a deadly weapon.
It is.
That
A
is,
concealed,
It is a deadly weapon.
a concealed deadly weapon.
Yep, it's a deadly weapon. Most definitely. Because you that's murder. You know what I'm saying? You're giving somebody a life-threatening illness, a sickness, a disease, a dis-ease. So, Tierra, how you feel about that?
Uh, I would say for they they do need to go to jail.
Yep.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
They do need to spend more than a year in there to realize what they've done. Not only are they put their life is in danger, they put other people's life in danger. So they
Exactly.
do need to spend time in jail. But as far as like dating someone and then trying to get to that point, if you really have a conversation with a person and you listen to them, they're pretty much gonna tell you, but you may not pick it up right then. But if you listen to them,
Mm-hmm.
you will understand like if they telling you how many sexual partners they done had and stuff like that, then that's your cue right there to
Right.
let's go get tested and see, make sure both of us is clean.
Right. So Tara, this wasn't in the questions either, but sometimes I throw some extra stuff in there. Like, knowing that people are going around, infecting people like that, what kind of time do you think they should face?
Girl, the maximum that they would give somebody that shoot somebody in the face with a gun.
Okay. Okay. Somebody faced with a gun. What about you, Yushika? What you feel?
99 for life, possibly no parole.
Okay,
No
no.
Because what
parole,
what you
none.
doing?
Okay. And what about you, Tier?
I would probably say the maximum. I'm not gonna go as far as saying life, but they do need to spend quite a bit of time in there.
Well, give us an idea of what you call quite a bit of time.
Life,
Um, I mean,
25.
their life is already gonna be cut short, anyways, because they did it the wrong way. And
Mhm.
not only did they, God is gonna get them anyways. The
Mhm.
Bible says, "Vengeance is mine," thus said the Lord. So He's gonna get them anyway, regardless if society does it or not. They
Okay.
still got an ultimate goal to pay that judgment to pay.
Hmm.
But I can't just say an actual number, but they do need to spend some time.
Yeah, you got a point though. I mean, you do got a point. We all got some really good opinions. I feel like, because I'm gonna answer this one. I can't answer all of them because we don't have time. But on this one, I feel like, man, I really feel like they should receive a life sentence because you're taking somebody else's life. You see what I'm saying? I don't believe in the death penalty for a lot of things, but I do believe in life sentences. Spend the rest of your life there. I've been locked up before, so it ain't no fun thing. You see what I'm saying? And that, to me, between them being locked up for life and what God gonna do to them, I think that's what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Because it is so wrong to go around and just because you messed up, go put your mess on somebody the fuck else. Excuse my language, but that just pees me off. And usually I don't cuss on here, but that is craziness to go around spreading your germs to somebody else and you got it. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing
Straight
but pure,
diabolical.
yep, nothing but pure evil. We got enough
Mhm.
evil going on as it is. So we're gonna move on to the next question. The next question is what do you miss about how you was raised compared to how the children are raised today, Tara? What do you miss? You was raised in some good times.
Now that I'm grown, my grandmama cooking. My grandmama. Everything about my grandmama. And then I just recently lost my mom at this past
Yeah.
um August. So, that's still, what I'm saying, that's still an everyday struggle for me. My grandma been gone, she died in 2005. But
Right.
my mama just died last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And my condolences, because, ain't nothing like, your mom. You don't want to lose anybody, but it's nothing like your mom. You know what I'm saying? You
Right,
get one. And a lot of people, young folks, they don't understand that. You only get one mom. And your mom is the one. Usually, now you got some nutcases out there, but
right,
your mom is the one who does everything for you, and she puts shit back because she got to get your shit first. You know what I'm saying? And she's gonna make sure that you come first. So at the end of the day, it's nothing like a mother's love. She gonna be there for you before anybody else. So,
right.
Sheikah, how you feel about that?
Um, the discipline with these children today is different from growing up. For real, for real. They get a lot away with a lot of stuff that I know I would have caught something from across the room. Who we about?
Yep.
So the discipline is different. Schedules, these kids schedules or nothing.
Right. Right. Okay. And then Tier, how you feel about it?
I would say the kids now, the kids in this generation, they are messed up because it's now where we used to be outside and playing and learning how to do things. Kids are stuck in the house now with video games, telephones, don't know
And
how to communicate. It's the kids are messed up. nowadays. And it's so sad. It's so sad.
I agree.
Your mic is off.
Oh, my bad. My apologies. So, Tier, how do you feel about the way kids are raised today compared to how you was raised? And what are some things that you miss about how you was raised compared to today?
Again, it would be we didn't, our parents didn't like keep us in the house. They made us go outside.
Hey,
We couldn't be in the
I
house
want
with the
that
grown
for
ups.
today.
We had to go
Mm-hmm.
outside and play. And the
Yeah.
kids now they're just stuck in the house. They don't do nothing. All they want to do is sit on the video game or sit on a telephone.
Boring. I told my oldest, y'all boring. Go
Yes,
outside.
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Go for tree or something. We used to do all that crazy stuff. Go climb up a tree or something. Learn how to start a fire or something with some wood. Like, I mean, go do something. Y'all can't do nothing now. I
Hmm.
just want to be on the phone for no reason.
You know, I feel the same way.
Grandson can work an iPad better than me.
Say that I didn't hear you. Say it one more time.
My 2-year-old grandson can work an iPad better than me.
I already know, girl. Please believe me. I already know. Tell me all
And
about it.
he too.
Girl, that's crazy. That's crazy. And when we didn't even have no internet, like till we got like to high school. I'm like, what? Look at these kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Cell
crazy.
phone, none of that.
None of that. You know, when we
My
was
first person was
used to take family trips, if y'all remember, and because we had a station wagon, we had a big long station wagon. I hated that car, and so we used to take family trips and go down to like the Smoky Mountains or Atlanta Six Flags and stuff like that. And it was like there was no map. I mean, there was no GPS. We had to go stop and get a map and pull it out and look at it, if you know what I'm saying, and figure out how to get there. Now you just push in a button and do the GPS and you get where you gotta go. You know, I'm still old school. So a lot of
Yeah.
times if I'm like I know my way around a lot of cities because I've lived in a lot of cities. So when I get to that town, like if I go to Atlanta, I know my way around. If I'm in Memphis, I know my way around. Out here in LA, I know my way around. So some cities it's like some people be sitting there like trying to use the GPS knowing that you know where the fuck you going. I'm like, dude, I'm old school. I know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And we know how to make that thing work. But people these days, they depend on the GPS. They depend on the technology. See what I'm saying? So, I just can't get down with the way that kids are raised today. And my answer is the discipline. I think someone else said that the discipline is crazy. It's crazy. When we was growing up, I know my mom. I don't know if y'all probably ain't never seen my mom on social media, but my mom don't play. And so I remember getting hit with a brush. Ooh, in the back of the head. I said, sit up straight. Oh, they don't do that anymore. Now that is you're teaching your kid anger or you're teaching your child to be toxic, but at the end of the day, I have two adults that's 25 and 22, and they don't do nothing but thank me for the tough love that I gave them. So when they grow up, they learn to appreciate that. They just talk that stuff when they little because they don't know, what I'm saying, why you doing it, and they're curious, like we was. You see what I'm saying? But the thing about today is, you see, they don't have no respect. They don't have no fear. See, we had fear. When I did something, I know I did some stuff. I did a lot of stuff, but I was scared to go home. See, that's the difference. So
mm-hmm.
our episode 4, session 1 is getting ready to end. So I'm gonna send y'all this link right back, and we're gonna finish the last half, and then we'll be done. We're almost finished, probably about 20 minutes, and we'll be done. Okay? All right. So I'm gonna log off here, and we'll be back for episode 4. Session 2. Here with your co-hosts, Tiara, Yushika, and Tara. And man, they got some wonderful opinions.